Hey, don't feel too bad, Ichika. Happens to the best of us. Thank you to our filer patrons, Strawbones, Red4765, and a Midnight Gem Lord. Now, before I'm in this breakdown / review of chapter 347 of Black Clover, please leave your own thoughts on the chapter in the comments section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell to miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 monthly, to exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into chapter 347. What's up, guys? Uncle Pumps here, and yeah, acknowledge you willikers, fellas. It's chapter 347 of Black Clover, and you want to talk about a plot? I feel like this was obvious. I feel like it was right underneath my nose. Tabata knew that I knew, but didn't know, and played it so well. I like it. I like your cut, G. I like the way you cut this story up and put a different spin on it. Oh, that's spicy. So let's hop right into the chapter itself. So we open up, and we do get to see. Yeah, that dragon was fodder. Like, fodder. Like, get your head chopped off like that fodder. Like, turn it into sushi fodder. Like, seriously. You a legendary ancient beast that had to be banished by a deity? We sure about that, dog? We sure you ain't just weak, water, ugly? I don't know, dog. Like, getting that low dipped is crazy. Me personally, I wouldn't let that slide. I would never get that low dipped by some randoms. Some freshly introduced randoms, too. Like, these characters have existed for no more than 20 or so chapters. And you got fodderized by them? I don't know, dog. Could not be me. But regardless, the dragon is in fact down. At least for now. And we do get to see that Ichika, with the dragon down, is all thinking like, wait a second. Master said that we would need that ugly, dum-dum bubblegum built like a starfish-looking idiot. Man, we don't need no stinking we don't need no stinking idiot like that, dog. We'll settle this ourselves. We don't need that idiot's strength. We got the games on our own. We solo the Notably, Ichika, I hate to let you know, but unless you are the main character, you can't say stuff like that, because then you usually immediately get jobbed or something horrible happens to you. It depends on whichever you think is worse. And we see the moment that Ichika got this idea in her head, man, Lily wasted no time. Like, it is impressive. The level of speed, the velocity, the acceleration, both forward and backward. Like, she straight blitz. It doesn't look like a teleport. Like, notably, I would think it's one thing if it was a teleport, but nah, I think that was just sonic speed. Like straight up, she moved that quick. And the reason I say that is because you can see her necklace is still in flux. Like, it's straight motion in the ocean type beat. That's what the necklace is doing. And she was like, she hit her with the my, will your group be able to evade this? Yo, I'll admit, if you told me way back when, take me back to when I first read Black Clover, which wasn't actually too long ago, that was last year, but take me back to last year, and when I first started reading Black Clover, if you were to tell me that Sister Lily was going to be a top op and it would work, I wouldn't have believed you. I sure wouldn't have believed you. But it looks like Tabata, I have to say, as one of the number one haters, I wasn't number one. There were so many haters on the end of the Spade Kingdom arc, so I cannot begin to say I was one of the top haters. But as a hater of the ending of the Spade Kingdom arc, chapter 330, I do believe. I'm going to say, I didn't believe the hype, right? Mainly because, and like, here's the thing, that's not my fault. So many people told me to let Hori cook. I've been letting Hori cook, and it's been nothing but trash. I'm sorry. There's been so little good that's come out of recent letting Hori cook. My apologies. But Tabata, I don't know. It looks like we got a 3-star Michelin chef right here, because he's cooking. He is frying it up. I want to go back again. I need to read the next series. Like, already. Man he has been chefing, cooking. And now, admittedly, Black Clover is not my favorite ninja. It just isn't. And it doesn't have Endeavor. So there are some things it is missing. But honestly, it's up there. It's up there. Like, it's in contention. Notably, it's not fighting for my top 1 spot. Like, ironically enough, that's like JJK, Record of Ragnarok, Sakamoto Days. Like, there's some other things like fighting for top 1. But low-key, low-kism, Black Clover, the way it's cooking right now, like, as long as he sticks the landing, if he keeps cooking like he's cooking right now, making Sister Lily of all characters mad intimidating, I won't lie to you, he may just have to leap up. Like, I'm starting to see it. For the longest time, I always heard the Black Clover hype, and I never got it. Could not understand it. But there are so many elements in this series that I really, really like. And this end of series writing right now, it's kind of got me acting up. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, we do get to see that Sister Lily. She put the fingertips together. She's straight. Hit him with the. It makes no sound. I'm sorry. I'm not going to slam my hands together hard enough that you can hear my fingertips touching. Though she hits him with the fiver, and I like how it's a fiver too. She taps all 5 fingers together, and we see a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and I'm assumingly a 5 spatial magic things appear. So with each individual tap, she summons spatial magic. And this other dude, who I still don't exactly remember, I'm not sure where he came from. For some reason, he looks like an elf. Like, I feel like he was one of the elves, but I'm not sure. But regardless of whatever he was, wherever he was, whoever he was, they hit that wombo combo, that double dip, that 2 for 2, called a 4 for 4. Okay, 4 for 4 divided by 2. And they hit the Ice X spatial magic, Endless Ice Fangs. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, it's low-key kind of redundant. Like, how do you even make spatial magic stronger? Doesn't spatial magic erase you from existence? Like, I don't necessarily get the point of making it icy. Like, that keeps them alive. Like, if I wanted to erase somebody from existence, I'm just straight up hitting them with the spatial magic attack. I'll admit, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I like the 1, 2, 3. Yep, it is 5. She tapped 5 fingers. She got 5 ice things. But I do like the 5 gigantic spikes of ice that appear as a result of the combo spell. But, like, if anything, you lowered the efficiency. Like, especially considering all the spatial magic orbs spawn literally right next to or basically on top of the Ryuzen 7. Like, I feel like it would have been more beneficial to just let them rock. Because even if they got hit by the ice, they can live. They can still be healed. Admittedly, if that guy and the other guy ever leave. And we see that they do. But with that being the case, like, why wouldn't you just erase them? Well, then again, I think the coolness factor of it, the rule of cool saves this for me. Like, raising an eyebrow, stroking the beard, like wondering what's going on here. And we see that with this, all the Ryuzen 7, they went from top dogs to fodderized. Like, but once again, they're all there. They're all alive. The guy in the mask, pierced up. The reference, I forget whatever that trend is called, the blonde hair and the tan skin. I forget what that trend is called. That girl, done. And ironically enough, she reminds me a lot of the captain from Bleach. The new, not captain. Is she a captain? Not a captain. That officer from Bleach that showed up in the latest chapter of it, like the last chapter, like the time skip chapter. And the big old Buddha man, all pieced up. But the thing is, they're not gone. So they're gonna get back up. That's the thing. Maybe that's why. That's like the narrative reason why they combine ice and spatial magic. Because, like, if they were to just get hit with spatial magic, they're done. It's over. You're finished. Like straight up. And I guess we can now confidently say they are the weakest of the Ryuzen 7. Parse out whichever feats you want to determine who's stronger and who's weaker. But even still, like, darn, how y'all all get one shot? How y'all get one shot? But I can't blame them. As what's his name says,
an inescapable attack from all sides. That is the most efficient method.
He right. He spit. Because, like, how you gonna dodge if there ain't no place to dodge? Unless you got some teleportation or some fancy juice like that, yeah, you ain't dodging that. You just ain't moving out the way of that. So I can definitely respect his hustle there. It is kind of crazy, though. Like, what is he fused with? Who is his? Who's his wombo combo? Because I genuinely don't know. I have no clue who his wombo combo is. I'm actually kind of interested to see it. Because if he's this powerful, and admittedly, you know, Lily could be providing most of the power here. But you gotta remember, these guys were like dunking on Asta. Sure, he was trying to learn his attack at the same time, but like, heck, scaling to Asta at all when he's in any of his forms at this point in the series is crazy. It's crazy. So I ain't gonna lie to you, these guys are beasts and monsters, and here we have this random dude who I can't remember the name of dunking on him with some assistance. A lot of assistance. Lily's cracked right now. But regardless, we do get to see that Ichika played herself because she thought this was going to be light work, only for her to switch up real quick, like rapidly, at the speed of light. Gosh darn it, I'm shocked she didn't get whiplash from that heel turn, because we see that she's like, these people, Yorioku is extraordinary. What, I thought they were fodder. I thought you didn't need Asta's help. What happened? There's you with one little ice space spell, and suddenly, oh no, I'm shivering in my booties. Like, come on now, really? Ichika, where's your swag, huh? Why don't you level up? I'm acting like I'd have any different reaction if I was in her exact position. I'd be shocked too. She's doing better than me. Like, she straight dodged. I'll give her credit. The reason she's not in the bottom 3 weakest of the Ryuzen 7 is because she's still standing. Though admittedly, we do see she did take some damage. She is now leaking some life juice, and a good part, I think, like her whole mask was knocked off. So overall, the numbers were indeed numbers. They were stuck out of luck, if I do say so myself. And we see that while she's not the only one standing, because the weird fox lady is also standing, but I believe her magic attribute is ice, so that would explain why she's just perfectly fine. And she now believes that they are indeed worth slashing. And hey, you know, I suppose so too. They are enemies of the kingdom, and you might as well get to slashing them. And we do get to see that she notices something in the distance. And it's our beastie little friend here that ended up reviving and reawakening the mighty dragon. And you know, he's getting his work in. And as the white fox tries to say, what's next? Him? I'll cut him up real good. Call her Kenpachi Zakati? Kataki Zaraki? Katpachi? I don't know. Whatever. As she gets hyped up, we see Brody's like,
hey, yo, you really think I'm here to fight you? Nah, dog, there's a reason I use beast magic. I am not one of them.
And he hits him up with that beast magic, Boogeyman. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't get how this qualifies as beast magic. Like, at least when I think of beast, I think of like dogs, cats, lions, tigers, elephants, dragon. Well, I guess that's it. It probably would be, because I'm assuming like this is supposed to be a context of like all magical beasts. So I guess the Boogeyman would count. I don't know. It's just it's a weird way to interpret it, but I don't know. It's still like, it still confuses me. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about bro just having access to a spell that manifests your deepest fears. Like, I don't know. I guess it counts as a beast, a mythical beast, I suppose. Possibly, maybe, indeed, I guess. But I don't know. For some reason, when I hear, it's probably the man in it. It's the man in it. If it was just Boogie, if it was just breaking it down on the dance floor, I think I wouldn't care. But for some reason, it's itching at the back of my brain, like, that shouldn't count as beast magic. But then again, who knows? He is amped by some sort of underworld creature. So maybe he's adding like a diverse level of spells to his kit. And this is like not pure beast magic, but beast magic like slightly upgraded, so it allows you to do anything. So like, could he summon as any mythical creature? Like, could he make a Hydra? Well, I guess they're kind of fighting a Hydra, like, ironically, you know. But then again, Hydra is 8. So like, could he make one? I don't know. It's interesting. Though we do get to see that the Boogeyman turns into for this crazy, overpowered white snow fox girl. The Boogeyman is a frog. Scary. Not frogs. Lady Kezokaku is terrified of frogs. And like, what is that fear called? Hold on. We're going to do some research real quick. What's that fear called? 'Cause I've heard of many fears in the world, but for some reason, never frogs before. I gotta look this up. Like, what traumatic experience? You know what? I do know a guy who is afraid of water. No, I'm kidding. I know I'm actually no. But no, there are people who are like afraid of really strange things. So I guess frogs isn't too out there. Especially if you're young and you get traumatized by it. Yeah, it doesn't shock me. Renidophobia. Renidophobia is the intense and irrational fear of frogs or toads. Bada bing, bada boom. She has renidophobia. I know there's like a word for everything. There's a phobia for everything. But man, I've never heard of that before. And the thing is, like, this isn't just like regular fear. Like, this isn't like, oh no, it's unsettling. Like, notably, to this day, even though I will instantly retaliate if I see them in my presence, I still get jump scared by spiders. Like, they still, the arachnophobia that was in me when I had a child. Did not have a child. The arachnophobia that was in me when I was a child, it still lingers. But, like, now I can react. I can, like, be like, okay, ew, you're ugly. And I'll throw something at massive velocity. But if it's close, I'm slamming it at maximum velocity. But it appears that with Kezokaku, I keep struggling to say her name, but Kezokaku, no, it's just, like, debilitating. Like, the fear is completely overwhelming here. And no, this is just a regular frog, too. Like it is just straight up a regular frog made of magic. It's big. I actually will give it that. It's quite a big frog because it's towering over her as she's like curled up on the ground. That's the thing. She's curled up on the ground. She is completely incapacitated by this. And notably, she could have something similar to Ichika. Like, maybe it's played up for a joke, at least in my mind. It's played up for a joke right here for this first use of it on Kizokaku. But who knows? Maybe she's having something with Ichika where a frog slaughtered her entire family, and now she's stuck in these terrifying flashbacks, I suppose. Maybe. But for me, it's like, darn. Then actually, you know what? I take it back once again. If I saw a spider that size, I think I'd be debilitated too. But then again, I have, I gotta put full context into it, though. Like, me right now, I could not fistfight a spider that size. I don't think I could. I think it would win. It would body bag me. Especially, like, if the square cube law applies, that thing would be stronger than me. But if I was, like, a super crazy magical warrior infused with the power of a snow fox, like, I may just slice it in half. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And who knows what this thing would manifest for me as. It would manifest as my analytics. Nah, but regardless, we do get to see that, obviously, Ichika's concerned, because her one and only ally that's actually still here is now down. The other three got body bagged by the ice crystals, and now her homie got body bagged by not a hit, not any damage, but Frogo-san. And we see that the Beastman explains,
Boogeyman awakens the opponent's memories of terror and gives them physical form.
Okay, so it is memories. Awakened. But the thing is, the thing that happens to Ichika later isn't, but then again, he says it awakens memories, but gives them physical form. So technically, because we see her father manifest, right? That's her father for Ichika. So I'm trying to give Kizokaku the benefit of the doubt. But memories of terror. So sometime in the past, Kizokaku was traumatized by frogs. I know we're in the final arc and the pacing has got to go crazy. Like, we are going pretty crazy right now in terms of pacing. So I don't think we'll ever get an explanation for that. But now I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to know what got Kizokaku so scared that when faced with a spell that manifests memories of fear, it immediately puts her out. Like, she immediately goes into the fetal position. I don't know. I hope Tabata addresses that in like a bonus chapter or a data book or something. I really want to see everyone's fears. I don't know. This is an interesting spell that he just has access to. And I'll admit, I actually do like the Boogeyman's design. Like, here, he looks really, really interesting. I like it. Though we do get to see that first, it's a seemingly one-use spell, or at least the creature that he manifests can only, like, hit one person at a time. They'll seemingly can maintain the illusion. And we see he explains it, and then he immediately casts it on Ichika. And we see the Boogeyman transform for Ichika into her father. And, jeez, that man got gains. But regardless, we do see he is still off the sauce. And he goes, Ichika. Like, bro's on one. And he's trying to get Ichika off one. And we see Ichika's like, hey, yo, Pops? Is that you, my boy? You're my internal memory of fear? Like, no lie to you, dog. Like, I'll be real with you. Like, back in the day, you did stomp me. I ain't gonna lie. And you did you did treat me pretty bad, like straight, like endeavor levels of you're stepping on me, and not in the way that some people want me to step on them. But yeah, your fear level doesn't do it for me like that. Hold on, let me bisect you real quick. And we see Ichika goes on to say, she starts to say, hold on, wait a minute. Ooh. And I think this is just, it's interesting though that she only manifests this at the image of her father. I'm not sure how much of this is the spell and how much of this is like poignant images. Like, you know, people can get certain reactions from seeing certain things or smelling certain smells or hearing certain things. So I wonder if this like pitched flashback that we see that slowly like clouds out and darkens and clouds out and darkens. I wonder if that's literally from the Boogeyman awakening more of her memories and trying to give them physical form, or it's just her literally having the memory blocks that she naturally put away, or like broken away from the simple seeing of her father, someone she hasn't seen in presumably however old Yami is. And I believe Yami's like 30 something now, so like at least in 20 years she hasn't seen her father. And obviously, well, actually I don't know, they may have pictures that we do get to see, that we do start to flash back in Ichika's head, and she sees that her father was desperate as he was in his initial reveal, to get a war, to get combat, to do something. As the Yami clan, that's their main purpose, and if they don't have any conflict, then they kind of just sit around doing nothing, which leads Ichika's father to his current position of just knocking back the bottle. And we see that all the other people of the Yami clan have sort of just become people. Like, now that they don't have to constantly do war and battle and be assassins, they're just like living their lives. This is, once again, I'll give it to the Naruto fans, that is a generally similar idea, a clan cloaked in darkness being slaughtered by one of their own. Like, the overall effects, pretty similar. But even then, that's not just the Uchiha clan thing. Let's go, well, actually no, I forget who got rid of Kurapika's clan in Hunter x Hunter. I forget. But regardless, we do get to see that the father is just like, you weaklings, you fools, how dare you live human lives. Like, dog, there's nothing else to do. Though admittedly, this also reminds me of the Uchiha in the original Great Ninja War, and then the Uchiha in the modern day before Itachi when he splotchy on him. Like, the whole idea of these people calming down and not being like genuine warriors is there. For the most part, the Uchiha clan was full of a ton of just non-combatants. Men, women, children, didn't matter. A lot of people just weren't fighters. But of course, you know, they had to get them out of here. But regardless, we do get to see that Ichika then questions upon seeing this. She's like, wait a minute. Are these like my memories? Why am I seeing this? Though obviously he just said. And we see that one way or another, the Pops actually found a way to bring back the clan's pride. And we see Yami, as usual, he ain't about it. Obviously, he had to fight off his father from hitting Ichika before, so anything his father says is pretty much nonsense. And he sees that the father apparently had this magical pill, this special sauce. And he says, demon soul pills. Take this thing. It'll spike your urge to slaughter and draw out all your latent Yorioku. It's the clan's secret drug. No, don't! And, yeah. Apparently, Yami, strong enough to fight off his pops. Not strong enough. I wonder what it looked like. Because we see these two are like pretty much evenly matched in strength. So I wonder if Yami went to say, no! And then his dad just lobbed the pill straight in his gullet. But we do get to see that Yami isn't the only one who gets one of these demon soul pills. He also sees, or no, Ichika also realizes she got a demon soul pill. Her father even says, you want one too? Even a little good for nothing like you could manage to help out a bit. One, interesting. I wonder, because they were assassins. They weren't necessarily frontline warriors. So I wonder why they would have this. I get the drawing out all your latent it's such a weird word to say. Yorioku. I get drawing out all of that. It's very similar to the Sanray glove from English Bleach. It's very similar to the Sanray glove from Bleach, where it draws out all your latent potential. But like, the spiking the urge to kill part, like increasing your bloodlust just doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. At least in most occasions, right? Like, obviously in anime, and I'd say even in real life, due to adrenaline and stuff like that, you can get bloodlust amps. But if you're being an assassin, like, you aren't necessarily meant to be out there openly executing people. You're meant to be sneaky, calm. If anything, you would want the drug to do the exact same thing, but calm your mind. Like, give you that massive boost in power by drawing out all your latent... I keep saying weird thing, Yorioku, but keep your mind stable. Because I'm assuming, like, if you suddenly had all your latent potential ripped out of you in, like, an instant, like, right now, whatever power level you... sounds so stupid. Whatever power level you are, or whatever level of muscle mass you have, you suddenly explode to the limit of your potential. And considering humans have very high potentials, that would probably nearly make your brain explode. So, I can't imagine what it's like in a magically based world. So with that being the case, I really wonder if this is the best kind of pill. I wonder what the real purpose of the Yami Clan was, if this is what their super secret last resort was. Maybe it was like in case they ever need to frontline protect the Shogun. Maybe this was it. This is what they would use rather than any assassin missions. Because once again, I just don't think this is the effective assassin technique or anything like that. And we do get to see that, in contrary to the Uchiha massacre, where it was the older brother doing it in order to protect the village, in reality, it was not the older brother doing it to protect the village. It was the younger sibling, the younger sister in this case, who got off the za, essentially. She got that good, that demon soul juice pumping through her veins, picked up a blade, and went ham. Like, what even happened? Like, I get Yami couldn't stop her initially, because you even see him in this flashback. He's on the floor, struggling and fighting his demon soul urges. Nani dice gets to know. But, like, her dad just watched. I don't know. And I'm saying this because, one, her dad is the one who immediately gave her the pill. So he should have been the first victim, at least in my mind. But at least if we're to follow the progression of this, she got through, like, the entire clan before she got to him. So did she just, like, subconsciously ignore him because that's her pops and you don't run into pops? Because, like, she just go and she racks up bodies, like body yaddy rocking everywhere. I'm sorry. But she gets the whole clan, and then notably she gets through so many people before she then realizes that it's her. Like in her POV, she just sees people scream, "No, don't do it! Eat it!" Like, gone. Yami's shaking and baking in the background. And then we see she lifts up the blade and realizes that it's her doing this. And the wild thing is, she got through the whole clan before doing that. Like the whole group except for Yami. Interestingly enough, because we see her run in with her dad, and we see he's sweating and he's also bloody, but he's still kind of proud. He's like, "Well, look at that. You got power and then some. You're my kid, all right, Ichigo." And then, presumably, we do not see it, but then she ends him. At least I would presume that. Though it's interesting. I wonder, like, if she saw herself in her blade, I wonder if her body was moving, like, autonomously at that point. Because why would she attack her father then? And then execute him if she realized that, oh no, it's me. I'm the one executing. So maybe this is just a moment where, like, her eyes and brain can register that, oh no, I'm doing something bad. But the body's kind of just like, I don't know, this is so good, dog. I need another. And then just, like, continue to stat pad. And then including her own father. I wonder how Yami ate it. And, like, ate her attack. I mean, presumably, he may be stronger than her. I don't know. Ichigo kind of snap. And especially at this point, she should be strong. But who knows if it's all her latent Yorioku. But then again, Yami got all of his drawn out too. And he seems to be somewhat more under control. So he probably just, like, high diff battle IQ'd her. And we can even kind of see by the next page where we see, actually not the next page exactly, but yeah, we do see it on the flashback to what Ichigo actually remembers before the whole massacre. She sees not before, after the massacre, where she sees Yami holding the blade and looking back at her. But in reality, it was her. So it's likely that Yami beat her in the fight, like using the latent Yorioka that was drawn out of him. He kept his bloodlust suppressed. He beat her in the fight and then decided to leave because if he stuck around and she actually got to thinking a bit, she would probably realize that it was her who did it, not him. So Yami actually left for her sake, which is that's similar to Itachi. But then again, it's the two stories are so fundamentally different despite having the same overlap that I can't say this is a ripoff. I think it's a twist on the same concept. Kind of like Sasuke was a twist on Kurapika's concept from Hunter x Hunter. So I like it. I'm rocking with it. And it's interesting to see. Admittedly, this is a little less interesting than what I wanted Yami's exile reason to be, like why he left and never came back. I wish it was a little bit more interesting. And who knows, we may have not gotten the full story. Maybe it isn't that, because we don't necessarily get that confirmed. We don't know that he's definitively left because of this. But we do see Ryu saying, telling her the truth would be too cruel. So he knew she did this. He was there. He came to the aftermath or something. He saw it. So he knew it was canon the entire time, but just never told her. And I do admit telling her the truth would be pretty cruel. But at the same time, man, this can't be much better. Like, imagine finding that out in the midst of a battle against your worst enemies. Like, legitimately, there's no worse a time to have a magical awakening or a memory awakening. Though admittedly, once again, at least if Ryu's abilities are to be believed, he probably knew this was going to happen. He probably wanted it to happen that way. So, once again, I don't know. I feel very mixed on Ryu. Like, once again, I don't think we're going to have another final antagonist. Like, I just don't think it's the case. I think we have Lucius, and we're stuck with him. And I do like Lucius, so I'm fine with that. But still, like, that seems a little bit ominous. Like, you know what, Yami, instead of us actually explaining to your sister what happened and trying to work through her trauma, what we're really going to do is turn you into a villain and tell you to leave the country. Now, obviously, Yami likely did it on his own. I don't see Yami just simply obeying Ryu. They are friends. It isn't like a Julius-Yami relationship where Julius took Yami in and then like a master-student thing. Nah, they're just homies. So but then again, Ryu is the Shogun. Or at least the next Shogun at the time at this event. So reasonably, it is entirely possible that Ryu could have just kicked Yami out and been like, yeah, get gone. And would explain why Yami seemingly doesn't use Zaten. Like, either he never learned it, or he just doesn't. Then again, he uses ki sensing, so I can't even say that. So regardless, very, very interesting. And we do see, obviously, off my little tangent, that Ichigo does finally realize that yes, she was the one who slaughtered her entire clan. And now she realizes that all that hate, all of those years being an A1 hater for her big bro, wasted, gone, a waste of time. And realistically, she should have been fist fighting her reflection in the water or something to make her feel better, because it was not him. He was not him. She was her. Happens to the best of us, Ichika. Happens to the best of us. And also you, because obviously, actually, no, she was the best of them. No, you weren't. Yami lived. So, the best of us and you, we do get to see that obviously the Boogeyman, Boogeyman ain't playing, dog. It's not going to sit there and let you have a nice little memory recollection and realize that you were the one that slaughtered everyone you knew and loved. It's going to attack you. And Yami's pops, or, well, yeah, it is technically Yami's pops. Ichika and Yami's pops goes for a swing. And we see that she just gets hit, gets knocked on back. Though slowly but surely, bit by bit, as Ichika goes rolling, we see the other Ryuzen Seven slowly arise. Like Jing-Woo himself called them from the afterlife. And the big old guy solemnly declares, "We are the guardians of this land." He does not get that kind of voice, though. I don't know. I cannot, like, that's like my Escanor cool old man character. I don't know how to make myself sound like Choji. "We're the guardians of this land. There we go. We are the guardians of this land. We cannot fall yet." I don't know. Y'all already did fall, though. Y'all were just on the ground. I guess technically on the ice, but on the ground. Like, y'all did fall. Though regardless, it is cool to see that they got back up. They aren't fodder. They just got fodderized. And like it happens to the best of us, these paladins are pretty cracked. And we do get to see that Lily slides in there. It's like,
do not worry. Daddy Lucius will give all of you true happiness and peace as well. Later on, Daddy Lucius needs to lay his.
Okay, let me stop. She hits him with that.
And so, for now, rest in peace.
Though, admittedly, one, it is cool to see that the dragons just rise up and resurrect. I'm not sure if this is through the beast magic thing. Like, some of them literally got their heads chopped off. I have no idea how it resurrected this way, unless it's like spatial magic plus recovery mat or something. Like, I have no idea how they regrew. But with that being the case, the ancient dragon that they all body bagged and one tapped, is now back up after they just got body bagged and one tapped. And we see the abstract horror on their faces as Lee says, for now, rest in peace. And that thing was obviously just going to slaughter them. And we see that Ichika's focused. She's trying to. She's like, don't let this unsettle you. Keep your mind clear. Move. Focus. Move. I've grown stronger. I thought I had at least. But is this what I really am? Yeah, you're a beast, a monster, a demon. So be a beast, a monster, or a demon. Come on now, Ichika. But you know, we can't have too many chapters without homeboy. Who's the MC? It's not Ichika. It's not any of the Ryuzen Seven. It's not even Lily or Daddy Lucius. It's Asta, ladies and gentlemen. You knew it. Because we do get to see that the pops, or at least the illusion of the pops, gets blocked. Just like Yami defended Ichika in the past. As she questions, am I really this weak? And as she has the instance of an overlap between seeing Yami and Asta. Asta appears, blade at hand, assumedly Zeten under his control. Maybe not mastered. I don't think it's going to be mastered at this point. But under his control. And we now see him stand firm, stand strong. I'm not sure if that's DU or just the black form. I'm going to assume it's the black form. I don't think he's in DU. Because that would be a lot. And we see that he's like, what do you think you're doing to my benefactor? That reminds me of Pokemon Resurgence. But regardless, nice way to end off the chapter. This reminds me of who else? There was another scenario. I was another female character. I forget which one in Black Clover it was, though, where they had a very similar moment to this. This does definitely remind me of the Naruto moment when Naruto saved Kakashi and Guy from the beast bombs, and then Kakashi saw Minato in Naruto's place. It reminds me of that, but I think there was specifically a moment in Black Clover that this is a parallel to, which I do like. So I'm going to give it the credit for the parallel, even though I don't remember exactly when or where it was. Though, it is cool. Asta's here. We like that. Obviously, the main highlight of this chapter isn't necessarily the dragons or the ice attack or any of that. It really is the truth about the Yami Clan massacre. And I do like it. I like it a lot. And I do get it. Like, normally I would clown or at least be a little critiquing of a manga. I'd be like, really? You're going to have the female character be saved by the male MC again? Like, come on. But I will let it slide. Mainly because this is a very shocking thing to happen. Like, I don't know what kind of trauma Kizukaku went through that these frogs got her in the fetal position. No idea. But presumably slaughtering your entire family and realizing that you wasted a majority of your young and pretty much adult life hating the one man who actually didn't do the one thing you thought he did and realizing that you did it instead. And then seeing the reflection of your father trying to attack you after he already traumatized you in the past. Yeah, that's rough. I can understand freezing up over that. I don't think I would do anything different. In fact, she better than me. I would have dropped to my knees and been like, what? I did that? And 90 dice just... Yeah. So I can definitely rock with it. Overall, a really, really solid chapter. I feel like it's short. 16 to 17 pages. I mean, it's not too short. That's usually the average length. I'm so used to like 20-page chapters or 22-page chapters. But overall, I give the chapter a really, really good rating. I give it a solid. Actually, I give it a solid. I think this is a chapter I once again can find no problems with, and whenever I can find no problems with a chapter, I'll just give it a 10 out of 10. This is a really solid chapter. However, that's what I think. Please let what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can notifications most miss out on any videos that come on the channel. Also I do a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 $1 a month. Only exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Nacht the Pencil, writing off.